Articulation Radio. Articulation. Salutations! Welcome to another exciting episode of Articulation Radio. I am your hostess, the eternally grateful Goddess Sage. You know how we do things here at Articulation Radio. We will kick off the top of the day's episode by taking a quick glance at the news headlines. And today's news segment is sponsored by bepublished.org.
These are three of the news headlines and events I saw today, Tuesday, June 22nd, 2021, when visiting EliteValuesNews.com. Z5 streaming platform of India to foray into the U.S. market today to connect those in the Eastern India diaspora with cultural content. The Committee on Human Rights meets today at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Time on Zoom via sonomacounty.ca.gov. And Bougie Connoisseur begins ticket sales today for next month's pop-up experience in Chicago. Order your tickets today via eventbrite.com and maryjefferson.us. Those are three of the news headlines and events I saw when visiting EliteValuesNews.com on your behalf. Be sure to check us out any minute within the hour because, as you know, so much happens in this world of ours, and the staff at Elite Values News makes it a point to keep you abreast of as much as possible. We report in multiple categories, so be sure to head on over to Elite Values News right now and check us out. EliteValuesNews.com. I am Joaquin Mann reporting live on your behalf.
Looking for the latest news? Visit Elite Values News. EliteValuesNews.com has all the latest news and information. Check out the headlines hourly. EliteValuesNews.com. Visit now.
Do you want to be published? Are you looking for a high-quality, low-cost way to be published with a fast turnaround? Visit bepublished.org to publish today. www.bepublished.org. bepublished.org. Publish today. Books, movies, and music.
Listeners, we love you, we hear you, and I am definitely glad to be here with you today on another fresh episode of Articulation Radio. Of course, we have for you in store a lot of great music as well as an interview with an author, the author of, I'm not going to even tell you. You know how I like to do you. I'll tell you after I play this song for you. How about that?
Until you've learned the meaning of the blues. until you flipped your heart and you have lost. You don't know what love is. Do you know how lost hearts feel? The thought of reminiscing and how lips that taste of tears. Ooze their taste for kissing. You don't know how hearts burn for a love that never lives yet never dies. Until you faced each dawn with sleepless eyes, you don't know what love is. No, you don't know. No, 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 no. You wish you knew. Shubby-dum-dum, wet-dum-dum, let-dum go. No, no, you don't know. Do you know how lost hearts feel? The thought of reminiscing and how lips that taste of tears, they ooze their taste for kissing. You don't know how hearts burn for a love that never lives yet never dies. No, until you faced each dawn with sleepless eyes. You don't know. No, you don't know a thing about what love is. You don't know. No, no, no.
ArtistReview.com. All artists need a platform. The Artist Review makes sure you have the one you need to put your work in front of your fans. ArtistReview.com. Artist, REVUE.com.
And I was all alone. Whether right or wrong, you know I'm with you, I got you, man, we gon' make it home. I seen a minute, they watch it, it ain't no breaking or stopping. I made a bag off the profit, I keep my blickers, they plotting. Whether right or wrong, you know I'm with you, I got you, man, we gon' make it home. I seen a minute, they watch it, it ain't no breaking or stopping. I made a bag off the profit, I keep my blickers, they plotting. You chose the other side. We came out through some situations, but you skated right. Some shit'll never be the same, won't let it hurt my pride. And I'm so solid with my niggas, we can't fold on nines. Just tryna make it through the day, I grip that 40 tight. I can't get caught up through the night, my bro, he lost his fight. And I can't hear the conversations cause they burnt the vibe. It There's no debate, there's no relation, cause I stand on mine. I'm sipping Julio, I think it's time I lay it down. I see my ops and best believe that I'ma spin around. Steady whipping, they be acting, please go take a bow. No, you really wasn't for me, man, don't change it now. Whether right or wrong, you know I'm with you, I got you, man, we gon' make it home. I seen a movie, they watch it, it ain't no breaking or stopping. I made a bag off the profit, I keep my blickers, they plotting. Whether right or wrong, you know I'm with you, I got you, man, we gon' make it home. I seen a movie, they watch it, it ain't no breaking or stopping. I made a bag off the profit, I keep my blickers, they plotting. The love built through the mud ties. It's no need for discussions. We burn them down like they rushes. They put that noise on percussions. I keep my distance from drama. Fly to stay from up under. All the hate beneath me do this for Zay. Know you see me in all the way. You live through me. Wish I could change things truly, but this the life that I live. It's so hard to forgive. I'm still just taking it in. No, we started as friends, but it was deep from begin. Bro was weighing it in, and now he home from the yard. They can say I'm a sellout, cause I'm a ride for my squad. Yeah, we know he a fraud. Do it all for attention. Niggas running, chasing clout, but claim they driving in Benzes. I can't phone not to mention. She know I love her demeanor. I embrace all her flaws. You know I like me a diva. I lit the way, but I'm told and I sip the deuce moving slowly. And I can never change focus. And right or wrong, I'm all on it. Whether right or wrong, you know I'm with you, I got you, man, we gon' make it home. I seen a movie, they watch it, it ain't no breaking or stopping. I made a bag off the profit, I keep my blickers, they plotting. Whether right or wrong, you know I'm with you, I got you, man, we gon' make it home. I seen a movie, they watch it, it ain't no breaking or stopping. I made a bag off the profit, I keep my blickers, they plotting.
Do you frequently shop online and you're looking for a new place to shop? Join the club, JeffersonTaylor.club, where models, designers, inventors, and other creators offer customers the best products at fair prices. Jefferson Taylor, JeffersonTaylor.club. Join the club. Shop today, JeffersonTaylor.club.
Today's episode of Articulation Radio was kicked off with a song by yours truly. You heard You Don't Know What Love Is by Goddess Sage. And after that, you heard Right or Wrong by Mega Matt. Now, before I play Do Me Right by Wild Sun featuring Lakeisha Nugent, I want to talk to you for a moment about today's topic, which is surprises of life. And I will try to keep it brief because, as we already know, every single day, actually throughout the day, life always throws us various surprises. Some are good, some are bad, or some are productive, some are counterproductive, some are things that leave you happy, some are things that leave you angry. But despite whatever direction life goes or how many surprises life throws at you, I'm sure you've noticed that you always seem to handle them the same way or a certain way for certain kinds of surprises. And even if there are things that you've noticed, that there are patterns that you have that you don't like about the way you handle surprises, or even if you're the kind of person who's like, I don't like surprises, then that's fine too. But truly, be honest with yourself about how you naturally feel about things, because that in itself will let you know a lot of times whether your reaction to something really is based upon that thing and the way it behaved in that moment, or simply because it's the fact that it is a certain thing that you already have a certain feeling about. And yes, of course, talking about bias, talking about prejudices, because often when you think about it, that's really what's rubbing you the wrong way about the surprise, is that you cannot predict it, that it is making whatever it is that you have put into this certain box, like, everything, I want it to happen this way and things should happen that way. And then when something doesn't happen that way, when that surprise element comes in, it kind of throws you into, I would say, the negative space in opposition to the positive. But I encourage you to push past it and have it to where you're not trying to control so much. You're not trying to map out so much, to where you are able to just go with the flow go a little bit more and enjoy all the surprises of life and make the most out of all the surprises of life. Even if there are things that you don't like, things that are bad, things that you know you need to stand up against or speak out about, or things that you need to be sure to just squash right there, do that. But don't do it from the negative aspect or let it upset you or anything like that. Do it from the aspect that you are doing it because it has to be done and because you love enough to be sure that this wrong thing stops, or, you know, that you're able to step up within that moment. And despite not being able to be prepared, that you still are confident that you'll be able to do a great job by doing the best that you can do and by doing what needs to be done. Okay? Don't allow the surprises of life to have you to doubt yourself or to deny yourself anything that is good or could possibly lead to something good, because we don't know what's around the corner or down the road. But what we do know is that it's coming, because nothing stays the same forever. So step on out of the comfort zones and be able to handle those surprises a little bit better. And as a matter of fact, I will be talking to an author today. Her name is Dena Levin. Head over to her website, DenaLevin.com. Her book is titled The Unexpected Connection. And her book deals with this very topic of well, I'm not going to even tell you. We're going to talk to Dena and let her tell you all about it. And of course, I'll be bringing her on here shortly, right after I play Do Me Right by Wild Son featuring Lakeisha Nugent. So be sure to stay tuned. And in the meantime, head on over to DenaLevin.com, 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 and grab up her book, The Unexpected Connection. You can also get it from Amazon and honestly any book retailer in the world. You can go in and ask for The Unexpected Connection by Dena Levin. So be sure to stay tuned. I am about to roll that song for you and then bring on the author so we can pluck her brain.
PeopleWarmer.com. Book your travel today. PeopleWarmer.com. Wherever you want to stay. PeopleWarmer.com. Book everything you need. PeopleWarmer.com. Go ahead whenever you please. And if you need advertising, marketing, and promotions, add on an S and head on over to PeopleWarmers.com. That's PeopleWarmers.com. PeopleWarmers.com for all your media relations, public relations, marketing, advertising, and promotional needs. PeopleWarmers.com.
You are listening to Articulation Radio. Head on over to articulationmedia.club and let us know your thoughts.
Phone lines are open right now at Articulation Radio. Call 312-899-6237. That's 312-899-6237.
Have you always wanted to start a business but can't seem to get it off the ground? Need help building a website? Contact The Conglomerate, 972-880-8316, or visit theconglomerate.work, TheConglomerate.work, theconglomerate.work.
I remember getting locked up in myself. That thing of loving was for everybody else. Lost and lonely, have been hurt too many times. Gave up on hoping, thought I'd never get it right. It's all because of you. It's all because I have to tell you, baby, there's nothing more I need but you. It's you. There is no greater meaning. Nobody does. things you do, it's true. How we get lost in each other. Everything blurs when I'm with you. Us two. I wanna stay forever, safe in your arms. I know that, babe, you do me right.
If you are a savvy senior who's seeking a lifestyle club that's centered around you, visit sittingroom.xyz today. The Sitting Room, sittingroom.xyz, where savvy seniors socialize, get event invites, organize among themselves, as well as obtain merchandise and get engaged to create new things. The Sitting Room, sittingroom.xyz. Visit today.
Articulation Radio, people. Guess who we have with us today? Yes, yes, yes. We do have the author, Miss Dena Levin, on the line with us. That website, like we told you guys earlier, head on over denalevin.com. That's DENALEVIN.com and grab up the copy of her book, The Unexpected Connection. And people, we are not only going to make sure that you have all the info you need to be sure that you not only can get that book, but you can make the connection with the author. We're also going to be able to tap you into some info that can help you achieve the things that you want to achieve, especially if you want to do like Dena did and defy the odds, baby. So, Mrs. Levin, thank you so much for coming on, number one. Number two, thank you for being you and for setting the example and being so exemplary, letting people know that no matter what age you are, you can always still accomplish any goal that you have as long as you are willing to do what needs to be done, because you definitely are capable of getting it done. Congratulations on everything that you've gotten achieved. And my first question out of the door for you is,
thank you.
How were you able to make this happen, especially at a time when people are saying they can't even deliver your mail on time because of COVID? So how did you publish a book during the time of COVID?
Well, the book that book was published before COVID, but then it was sort of on ice because of COVID, and now it's blossoming. And I'll tell you a little secret. I came back from Egypt, and a week later, this is the beginning of March 2020, I came down with COVID. I was hospitalized and almost died. I was like number 25 in all of New York. So I was on hold, and now I'm blossoming. And my book really, well, the message of the book is no matter what obstacle you have in life, you address it. You live in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You do the best that you can. And really, that's what got me, that philosophy got me through to today, to be perfectly honest.
Yes, and it definitely shows. And I am so thankful that you were blessed to be able to be healed from that experience and to come out of it even more vigilant and even more dedicated to living the life that you know you truly are called to do, and to make sure that people know the truth about how they too have options. They don't have to believe the hype that says what you see is what you get. You know, so I am so thankful for that. And you were saying how your whole premise of the book, The Unexpected Connection, which again, people, head over to her website and get that the whole premise is letting them know, hey, don't run away, don't cower, don't try to avoid, face it, and then move forward from it, fully capable and enabled, and knowing that there are things you can do, and so just do it. How long had you, I would say, been aware of the power of courage, or is that something that you learned later in life, or how long have you, I would say, walked that vigilant path?
Well, I always had the backbone, but about 15 years ago, maybe 15 and a half years ago, my husband, who was a dentist, died in a car accident, and 5 hours later, my mother passed. So that I realized then that I had to deal with those tragedies, heal, and then move forward. And really, that's the way I've led my life ever since. Yes. And that's really, I believe, what motivated me to write The Unexpected Connection and to share my philosophy of life. And it took me a while to figure out how I would do that. And ultimately it came to me because I always loved The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. And I loved that he used Nick as the narrator and told Gatsby's story. So that's why my book is really about a transgenerational friendship where Vanessa, millennial, meets Michelle, a baby boomer, and they discover they have so much in common, and Michelle shares a memoir that she wrote, and the memoir is a vehicle for them to discuss what it's like to be in the dating world, but not even just in the dating world, to face challenges in life, and how do you overcome them and keep yourself with self-respect and with love.
Yeah. And that is definitely a relevant story, you know, not only for the trans community, but any community, you know, even
well,
just
this wasn't the trans, this one, I'm not talking about, I'm sorry for interrupting you, not the trans community, okay. Transgeneration. She was a millennial.
Yes.
Yes,
I just wanted to
correct that.
Yes, intergenerational. Yes,
right,
yes,
intergenerational. Yes.
Yes, very good. And so, and definitely, yes, this story truly is one where it does show that it's not just relegated to just one segment of the population. It truly is an experience that no matter what a person's background, no matter what a person's experiences, this is truly one of those experiences that anyone can relate to. You know, we all have the coming of age phases of life. And honestly, you know, depending on, because we know each person's individual development, some people have multiple coming of ages phases in their lives that, you know, involve various experiences, especially those where it's a matter of, you know, that self-awareness, self-acceptance, even facing things that some people may consider unacceptable, but you have to accept that if that really is you and your desire, then that's for you. But, you know, definitely may not be everyone else, but at least know and walk in the fact it's you. And with saying that, you know, I can't help but face the, you know, the running theme that I'm constantly seeing is, you know, just facing it, no matter what, and no matter with whom, and no matter at what time, it's just facing it. And I can't help but think about how with your being a senior, and there's so much tacit knowledge that you have that you've been able to, I'm sure, pass on to the people who are in your circle and those people who are learning from you and your relatives, as well as, of course, there are still things that you're still learning. What is there, you know, with, of course, the changing in culture and society and technology, the same way, you know, those of us who are in the millennials and the Generation X's and the various other ones, you know, are still learning and transitioning with it. What is there? Because I'm sure that just like I just celebrated my 48th year living, and so I have noticed that there seems to be here within these past few months, and maybe it's because people are finally living with COVID, I don't know, but I've noticed this extra, not just an anxiety in the air, but there seems to be this
it's a negative element where people seem more careless, more selfish, more inconsiderate. For people who feel like now that things are opening up and it seems like they're seeing more and more negative elements from society, and especially coming out of all these other things, they may feel like, hey, maybe I should just stay quarantined and I shouldn't even be coming outside at all, because these people are nuts. What would you say to them to kind of help them see how you've seen how people have been nuts all your life too, and that no, they still have to live despite how other people are, but they just have to, be safe and, use. So what would you say to them to help them not run back inside?
Well, let me just connect it to the book a little bit, and then I'll be able to answer the question. Okay, so the book is about two females who both are looking for male companions, and it's through their interactions that they learn about themselves and learn that they have to stand up for who they are. And the way I wrote the book, there were a lot of stories about different interactions that were based on interactions. I had interactions with young teachers that I worked with, because by profession I'm a speech-language pathologist and worked in a high school. I was the oldest person in the building, and I was dating because I was left a widow. And that gave me the commonality to share my stories, and the young people shared their stories, and I still have those friendships. So you're talking about how do we get out of this? I think it's very important to make connections, connecting with people, finding people who have common interests, common passions, and to open up and share their feelings. And even when it was interesting, because I saw Bill Maher, and he was making a joke out of the fact that now that in California, people can come out June 15th and do everything that they've done in the past. They made a joke about what it's going to be like to face. I mean, it was hysterical. It was very funny. But the idea is, yes, we're getting over COVID, and we have to live in the moment and enjoy life in the moment. We all know where we want to head, but it's the road that we travel that will get us there. And that's my recommendation. That's how I believe I've gotten through life. That I work at improving myself, having nice interactions with people, and also caring about people. That has always been something that has been very important to me. I've written 2 children's books. One, Let's Be Kind Again, and the other one, Why Is Everything Different? They're in publication now. They're the publisher's working on the illustrations. But they even said, I care about people. I guess I've always philosophized. And really, even though my book is, it's funny, I tell the stories and give each incident, the male, a pseudonym, like the Mad Kappa or the Karate Man or whatever. I make it light and funny. I never, ever denigrate men, because that's not important, what I want to do. Instead, I aim for women to just be strong, because look, we listen to the news and what women go through, and the whole idea is we have to respect ourselves and be strong.
Yes. I so agree, and I would take it a step further and say not only women need to do that because as a black woman, I have seen too often, and even just recently was talking to some friends about how I need for even black men to quit being so fearful, quit being so
Right.
full of cowardice because why are you always running? You know, you're
I
supposed to stop,
agree.
and not all of them because we know nothing is absolute, but in the cases where we do see where even the man does not face his responsibility or take accountability and tries to run away from the accountability, how it could get even worse, and now someone else is also not doing what they're supposed to do, and now they too are trying to thwart accountability. So it's just this whole thing, you know. So I really believe wholeheartedly that it all starts with the way you are, because you can only teach what you know, and if your parents are that way, just the same way, like when people say, oh, you know, children are not born racist, and I totally disagree. You know, because we all know information is in DNA, and if you know that you have a racist daddy or a racist mother, then your DNA is already coded with racist thoughts, and unless you're willing to face them and address it and be like, you know what, I do say all white people are like this, or all black people are like this, or all Latin people are like this, instead of saying the ones I've run into or the ones who did this to me, you know. But it's just funny the way we humans are, and I want to ask you this for those who some are already like, you know what, I already know that her book, not only, and even the children's books of yours, that they want to get those. So, and I know that you said that the children's books are, you know, currently in production, and people already know that they can go over to DenaLevin.com right now and grab up your current book, The Unexpected Connection. But for those who are like, look, you know, I already know I want to connect with her even more. I want to read her book, yes, but I feel like she has more wisdom to give me than she's been able to put in these books, or these books may not come out fast enough, and I need to ask her a question myself. For those people who want to connect with you, make the face-to-face, do you have any upcoming events where you'll be, whether it's a virtual event where you'll be doing a Zoom, or whether you have a in-person event where people can get their books autographed? Do you have anything on tap where people can come in and meet you and have a chance to, you know, dialogue with you directly, or
Not at
over
this
Zoom?
moment. I'm working on it, you know, because of the pandemic, and you know, and especially in New York, it's been very difficult to arrange that, to be perfectly honest. Very difficult. But people could get in touch with me on Facebook, and I will respond to them, or Instagram, Twitter, my webpage. But I want to just add something. It'll be because you hit the nail on the head when you said that this philosophy that I'm espousing is a philosophy, whether it's a male, a female, a Caucasian, a black, brown person, an Asian, doesn't matter, because it's. I just have to tell you that before my book came out, I had written a play, Keep Walking, and that had 4 staged readings, and it was similar to the book in the respect that it was a fun kind of play of a woman going out and dating, and the men that she met and how she was treated. After the play, first of all, a 40-year-old actor came up to me and said, now I know that I've been treating women the wrong way, and I'm going to treat them differently. And a 40-year-old, listen to this, a gay man came up to me and said, I just came out. And he said, that's the way I've been treated, and now I know that I am going to be strong and respect myself and not let myself be denigrated. So it's important for all of us, no matter what kind of situation one is in, because there's so much adversity in our lives these days. that
Yes,
we
ma'am.
we have to be positive and move forward.
Yes, yes, I'm with you, and that's why I don't understand. Well, but instead of my saying what I don't understand, maybe you can help me understand, and even the listeners, because that's one of the main things where I'm like, if you feel like, and you not only you feel like, but you know for a fact from your own experiences that most people in this world automatically mistreat you, and even the moment they see you, they feel a negative way. If you already know most people mistreat you, why would you mistreat yourself? And why would you give up on yourself because you are all you have? Why would you? Can you, in any kind of tips that you can give for people who are out there and they are so downtrodden to where they really are, they've given up on themselves, they're suicidal, they think, what would you say to them? Because I have never had the right words to them, because I've always felt like you're supposed to have your own back, especially if you feel like everyone else has turned on you. How dare you turn on you too? You owe it to you, not nobody else. But that doesn't always work for people. Some people, but so what words will you say to those people who feel like they've just been so beat down by life and so downtrodden by life that they can't even really be their real selves, or can't even be happy or stand up for what they believe, or they don't even know if they can make it through the next 10 minutes. What would you say to kind of encourage them to keep going and to stand up for themselves, because they really are all they have at the end of the day?
No, it's very true. I'm not a therapist, so that's, it's a very difficult question that you ask me. I just know that, yes, I have met people that I have felt uncomfortable with. I've, especially dating and speaking to other women who were dating and how they were treated. And I've learned that I have to step back and remember who I am, and think about all the good qualities and my successes, because we have all along the way had successes, and we have to dwell on those successes and then move forward. That's how I live my life. But I'm not a therapist, so I can't, what I'm telling you is based on how I've led my life. And how, and another thing, as a speech pathologist, I was working in a high school with minority kids. And I worked with the whole student, not just teaching them language and, and reading and writing. Right. But I worked on who they were, and that they have good within themselves and they're capable. And I have students who graduated high school who still seek me out, and I invite them for lunch, and they ask my advice, and I encourage them. And maybe that's what people need also, mentors,
Yes.
People that individuals can relate to and grow together, because it just warms my heart when I think about some of the students that really had a lot of adversities in their lives, and they allowed me to share their lives, and they trust me. And it's, as I say, I'm not a therapist. It's just
but
I
it's
have
because
this
of the fact that
philosophy of life.
Yes. Yes,
So
you have a philosophy of life that you.
Did I answer your question? I don't know.
Yes, you did. And that's the whole thing is, often we feel like because we don't have certain degrees or, certain letters behind our names or in front of them, that we're not in a position to really give the advice that could make a difference. But no, the only thing that any of us can do, again, like I even said before,
we can only teach what we know. And a lot of times, people need to hear something different or, hear about, because maybe the experiences that I can speak from are ones to which they cannot relate. And thus, the assistance I'm hoping to give is not able to actually be effective. Whereas, of course, if someone speaks about that same thing and they present other experiences as options, then maybe that will be able to get through. And I do believe that while, yes, we acknowledge, no, you're not a therapist, but we do know that you are a person who has lived. You have had more experiences than I have. You have a lot of not only knowledge, but you also have wisdom. And yes, ma'am, there is plenty that you can still teach to the young folks out there and to the people that are in your peer group, especially for those people who have given up on themselves when you know for a fact you had a chance to do that, but you persevered. You pushed through, and since then you've been making sure other people push through. And that's how I knew that, we need to hear some push through from you before I'm forced to have to let you go, because, oh, my gosh, it's so many other questions I want to ask you, but
I'll come back another time.
Yes, that was good. People, I really think that, because even the way she made it clear, you got to get this book, and I got to get this book as well, The Unexpected Connection. Dena Levin. Head over to her website, DenaLevin.com. And, of course, for those of you who are like, oh, well, I don't trust buying stuff on the Internet. I have to go to my local mom-and-pop shop, Mogadishu. Do that. Get it from your local bookstore. Get it anywhere you want. Go ahead, Dena. What were you saying?
You can get the book on Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com or Archway Publishing. Those are the ways to purchase the book.
So, people, you all have options. No matter where you are in this entire world, you can buy her book. Even if you are not able to go over to DenaLevin.com, you can still go over to these other places. Be sure to grab up that book. But in the meantime, listeners, what we're going to do, since Miss Levin said that she will be willing to come back, we are going to, number one, celebrate the fact that, yes, we will be having her back. But in the meantime, we are going to make sure that we go over, we buy her book right now. After the book arrives, people, and you read that book, you make it a point to go back to her website or to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, wherever you bought it from. Head right back to that site and drop your comment, drop your review. If it's on Amazon or whatever, leave those stars as well as leave the review, because people, it matters to us. And don't feel like, oh, only if I'm going to say a certain thing. No, we want your honest feedback, because again, any kind of support is definitely appreciated. But the main thing is that I'm sure you all feel the same way I feel, that within this is a story. Yes, this is a novel, and yes, it says it's a novel. But as you all know, this is a novel with real life lessons and real life principles that you can apply to make not only your life better, but to make your being more fortified, because that's what you need, people, and that's what you want. It's no reason to keep cowering, to keep running, to keep feeling beaten down, to keep allowing yourself to be beat down when you know for a fact life is full of surprises, and most of the surprises in life are actually good. So don't fear the unknown. Dive right on into it, lean into it, and don't feel like you need to alter who you know you really are. Embrace who you are, shine and show who you are, because how else can you truly expect for someone to really call you a friend or call you a love when you know you're not even showing them the real you? So do they even know the real you? So make sure you're genuine, make sure you're authentic, and make sure that you always stand up for you, because no matter how many people are in your circle, how many people live with you, you are the only one with you 24/7. You are the one responsible for what it is that you go through on a daily basis. You're the one responsible. And if you need some help, Dena Levin's book, as well as her children's books that are coming out, as well as the fact that she's generally there for you guys. I'm sure if you drop a comment on her website, a question, she's going to help you, because as you know, that's naturally in her.
And that was why I even followed my spirit and asked her some of the questions that I knew you all wanted to know, because it's in her. And so people call her. She still has love and care for you all. She wants to help you as much as she can so that you can be just as free and just as fortified as she is, because life has so many beautiful surprises for you, so many unexpected connections that are wonderful and amazing, and we want you to embrace them. So head on over to DenaLevin.com right now. Get your manual, baby. The Unexpected Connection. Grab up that novel and keep your ears and eyes peeled for her children's books that are coming out. Miss Levin, thank you so much for your time, and may God continue blessing you and every single thing that you do. And we look forward to having you back when those children's books come out, each one of them, okay? And even if you have an event, we want you to come back and talk about the event too.
Oh, I would love to. It was just so wonderful interacting with you, Goddess Sage. You're a wonderful inspiration, a wonderful lady.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And listeners, you all stay tuned while I'm sitting up here blushing. I'm going to roll this over the song.
Media Room 360 TV. Media Room 360 TV is a channel that has something for everyone, from world news, inspiration, programming for kids, politics, sports, technology, and entertainment. Media Room 360 TV has got you covered. Check out one of our shows today on Roku. Media Room 360 Internet Television on Roku. And if you need a speaker, head over to Media Room 360 Speakers at MediaRoom360.com. That's MediaRoom360.com.
Here is Getting Hot in Here 3 by Anders Bothen. If you'd like more information on how you can be an eyelash artist, call us at 314-560-1641 or 888-585-LASH, LashingOutLoudInc.com.
Articulation Radio thanks you so much for listening. So head on over right now to articulationmedia.club and let us know your thoughts on today's episode. In the meantime, we're going to keep the show rolling for you.
Are you looking for grant writers, technical writers, creative writers, academic writers, any kind of writers? Head to the Writers Consortium. Their website, writersconsortium.us, www.writersconsortium.us, the Writers Consortium, writersconsortium.us, for all of your writing needs. Think of it, they can produce it for you. They are the ghost writers to the top people.
fight. You move my world round every time. Sprint you magic in. You belong with the fairies. No matter what I say, it's black or white, not gray. Gotta stay loose when next to you, for sure, or else you get bruised. There's no pick and choose, for sure. You set the weather, every cloud, every rain. You're above and beyond. Every tune is your song. Doesn't matter what I say, there is no other way. Gotta stay loose when next to you, for sure, or else you get bruised. There's no pick and choose, for sure. Oh, don't shift, don't change. Keep driving me crazy. Easy gets colorless. I like your man. Gotta stay loose when next to you. I wanna be sure, or else you get used. There's no pick and choose, for sure.
Would you like a motivational speaker to come to your company or organization to speak to your group? Visit lifespurposeministries.com. That's lifespurposeministries.com.
I hope you liked that for sure by Ray and Ray featuring Revel Day. Up next is This Love of Mine by Ellen Stiles.
Want to buy stocks, jewels, real estate, or other high-end items? Would you love to be able to contribute to charitable initiatives but cannot do these things with the money you currently have? Join Regal City Investment and Social Club, where you can pool money each month with other investors to make major purchases, give to the needy, and possibly turn a profit. www.regalcity.xyz. Become a Regal citizen today by joining Regal City Investment and Social Club. regalcity.xyz.
My mother told me, don't sit here waiting for a sign. get so far. So I keep on trying. I just wanna be where you are. 'Cause I love you more than words can say. Yeah, baby, I need you everywhere. There is nothing I can do to take this love and throw it back to you. This love of mine, this love of mine, this love of mine. Come, baby. This love of mine. This love of mine.
Weddings are expensive, but your love is worth it. Go to marryusnow.us to book the Minister of Love to officiate your wedding today. The fee is only $200 if your wedding is in the city of Chicago, and there's only a small fee to get the Minister of Love to travel outside of Chicago to your wedding location. Book the Minister of Love today. Visit marryusnow.us. That's marryusnow.us.
Thank you so much for joining us today for this episode of Articulation Radio. There is no other reason why we do this other than you. We hope that you have enjoyed today's episode, that the information you received has been something you can immediately apply, as well as you have enjoyed this great music from independent artists from around the world. We also encourage you, if you have not already gone over to articulationmedia.club so that you can ensure your music, your ads, as well as your interview is scheduled. Be sure to do that right now. But in the meantime, thank you again for being a listener. But more importantly, be sure that you are a doer. Keep doing whatever it is that you are called to do. Make sure that you let nothing stop you. So in other words, keep making things happen, baby. Articulation. 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 Articulation.